Follow us on social media, support us on Patreon. All links in description below. In 2015, Syria was in the risk of being overrun by ISIS. President Putin had sent troops into Syria in 2015 to defend Bashar al Assad, a longtime ally. Initial mission was to defend strategic military base, which has later turned into full-blown attack on ISIS. This support to Assad regime has pitted Russia against the US and its allies. The already volatile situation has escalated further as the White House has taken military action against Syrian regime for an alleged chemical attack in the Syrian city of Douma. The situation could potentially result in an all-out conflict between the US and Russia. Russian forces are actively trying to jam US military drones flying over Syria, disrupting flight operations by interfering with the signal broadcast by the Worldwide Global Positioning System (GPS). NBC News, citing 4 sources inside the Pentagon, report that the jamming began weeks ago. It started shortly after suspected chemical attacks by the Syrian regime in the rebel-held Ghouta region. Russian forces were reportedly concerned that the US military would retaliate for the use of chemical weapons and jam drones to prevent US forces gathering information. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Russian efforts to jam US drones over Syria won't work.
Number 5.
The US has been in the forefront of drone technology and has used them in many areas, including Afghanistan and Pakistan. Drones can provide very detailed intelligence and can be used to augment intelligence gathered through satellites to provide a very good situational awareness. Apart from that, armed drones like MQ-1 Predator and MQ-9 Reaper has carried out many offensive missions when they've neutralized targets like terrorists. US Air Force has recently decided to retire all the Predator drone in favor of the Reaper. To know more, check the video on the above card.
Number 4.
US began sending surveillance flights, including drones, over Syria on the 26th of August 2014. The aim was to gather intelligence on ISIL targets. The flights began gathering intelligence that would be very useful for future airstrikes. On the 30th of August 2016, Abu Muhammad al-Nani was killed in a US drone strike in Al-Bab. It was reported that he was traveling in a vehicle when a US drone destroyed it. Al-Adnani was a key deputy to IS's leader. He also acted as the principal architect in ISIS's external operations. It was probably the first offensive mission by US drones in Syria. Thereafter, multiple counter-terror missions have been executed by different drones. Clearly, drones have been instrumental to US war efforts for some time now.
Number 3.
US military analysts first noticed Russia jamming drones in eastern Ukraine in 2014 after the invasion of Crimea. Jamming can be done in mainly 2 ways. The first is blocking a drone from receiving a signal from a global positioning satellite (GPS). GPS is used by drones to navigate, and losing GPS signal could potentially result in a drone crashing mid-course. Number 2, obstructing a drone from receiving signals from operator stationed in ground. These communications are encrypted but not invulnerable. If the operator loses control, the drone is doomed. According to reports, the jamming equipment developed by the Russian military is sophisticated enough to affect even navigation equipment with anti-jam technology, and good enough to affect encrypted communications, though encryption only makes it hard to get into the drone's control system or sensor output. The Department of Defense declined to comment on whether any drones had crashed as a result of the jamming.
Number 2.
It's not clear exactly which drones are being impacted. As per some reports, smaller drones and not larger drones like MQ-9 Reaper are getting affected. This could be because the Russian jammer may have relatively restricted operational range, and larger drones are flying beyond that range because of the ability to attain very high altitudes. It must also be noted that larger drones like MQ-9 Reaper also have backup inertial navigation systems and are not completely reliant on GPS. An inertial navigation system (INS) is a navigation system that uses computers, motion sensors, accelerometers, rotation sensors, gyroscopes, and occasional magnetic sensors magnometers to continually calculate one's current position by using a previously determined position based upon known or estimated speeds over elapsed time and course. This system doesn't require external signals like in case of GPS. Hence, smaller tactical drones fully reliant on GPS guidance, such as the RQ Shadow or Scan Eagle, would be most vulnerable to jamming.
Number 1.
Russia's use of jamming in Syria may not be the most clever option. Russian use of jamming in situations short of all-out war would reduce their effectiveness during an actual future conflict, as US and allied forces study the signals and figure out ways to overcome them and field improved jam-resistant system. The US Army is already looking to field weapons that don't rely on GPS to achieve pinpoint accuracy.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.